I've only got one word for this, and it's corruption. Honestly, if you think this is offside as a football fan, just stop watching football. I'm sorry, just stop. Stop right now. Because even a blind man can tell that this is onside. See, I'll be honest, this angle looks really bad. When you stop it at that and you just see the freeze frame, you're like, okay, that looks really bad. So this one, I was like, I can allow it. It's not a red when you watch the full thing, because Curtis Jones' foot just slipped over the ball. So at best a yellow. But I can see why people can think this is a red, and I can let this one slide. But still, at the end of the day, this was not a red, because his foot slipped over the ball. Like, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't intentional. So at the end of the day, it was not a red. But if you look at this, it looks like a red. But when you watch it in full motion at full speed, it's not a red. I actually can't watch this back. This is the clearest dive ever. And Jota got a yellow. And then, of course, it led to Jota getting sent off with this tackle. This tackle was a bit silly from Jota. He already knew it was on a yellow. He knew the refs were against us. I don't know why he went for this. Of course, it gets to the head. Especially if the game is corrupt like this. But yeah, Jota ended up getting sent off as well. And then we went down to 9 men. And even though we had 9 men, they still couldn't beat us. Leaked picture of Tottenham's man of the match today. I don't care. If you genuinely call me salty, then you have no ball knowledge whatsoever. Because if you were a casual football fan watching this, and you genuinely think Tottenham deserved the win, then you're finished. You're actually finished. And of course, Klopp said it's the most unfair match he's ever seen. And in my opinion, it's one of the most unfair matches I've ever seen in a while. And I think it's up there. I think it's worse than Real Madrid's one. Genuinely, I think it may be worse than the Real Madrid one. I know you'll be like, oh, Real Madrid won the Champions League. I'm over that. I don't care. It's gone. But I think the decisions made this match were worse than them. Real Madrid just time wasted. A Liverpool player breathed, and this guy wanted to give him a yellow. I promise you, this ref should never ref again. He should be taken out, honestly. He should never ref a Liverpool game again. Because it's corruption at its finest. Maybe if someone just gives him a nice slap on that bald head, he'll start thinking properly. In all honesty, I think they saw that City lost their match today. They saw Arsenal won, but they still won on top. They were like, yeah, we cannot let Liverpool get on top of the league. Because if we won this, we would have been on top of the Premier again. Like always. And they just didn't want to see that happen. They were like, they want City there. They're like, it's just not made for Liverpool to be on top. We want City there. We have to corrupt this match. And how can we do it? By giving them 2 unfair red cards and giving every chance to Tottenham. There is honestly a campaign against Liverpool. Corruption. This needs investigating at its finest. I've never seen anything like this as well. Of course, we got the Matip own goal as well. I don't blame him, honestly. I'm not going to slander him. Matip did his best all match, honestly. There's nothing more he could have done. That own goal was just unlucky. It was coming in fast anyway. Kulusevski, whoever was there, I don't even remember who was there because I was fuming, could have got it anyway. I think Matip, you should keep your head high. You did your well all the match. There's nothing you can do against corruption, honestly. So I'm going to clap for Matip because that wasn't his fault. I'm sorry. I'm not blaming Matip on anyone. Anyone who blames Matip didn't watch the match properly. Because Diaz's goal should have been onside. The 2 reds shouldn't have been reds. Especially Jota's first yellow card, it shouldn't have been a red. Curtis Jones, I can see why, but it shouldn't have been a red at the end of the day. Corruption against Liverpool, it's been happening too much. It needs to stop, honestly, it needs to stop. Hopefully it gets overturned, something gets overturned, who knows. Hopefully someone does something about this ref, because he needs to be stopped. And yeah, I don't know, it's corruption. They don't want to see Liverpool win, that's how it is.